There's a limited amount of knowledge collectively. However, there are some within Japanese governance, specifically some of the older generation politicians and members, whom are aware of some of the extraterrestrial phenomenon, the history, and of course the extraterrestrial components to the various influencing forces related to World War II. So it's not common knowledge in the government, but there are those whom are aware of Japan's history with regards to extraterrestrial contact, its reception of certain extraterrestrial information and technology. There's also certain aspects of military leadership. Again, we're looking at more senior positions here in terms of who these people may be, whom are aware of this. It's not common knowledge, though. It is intentionally compartmentalized. And this is the case with many world governments. Those whom truly need to know, they are usually briefed on this. So it's not a massive group of people, but it's just enough where there's usually, in the world governments that have influence, certain members of the governance who are aware of this greater narrative and presence. So it's not everyone, but there are those who know. Of course, they have those underneath of them whom have their own agendas, whom have their own roles. So how this knowledge is able to move and be disseminated and cleanly distributed can have nuanced challenge depending on the government and position that they find themselves in. They are also, many of them, sworn to certain degrees of secrecy, so those whom they can disclose to is somewhat limited. So if they want to do anything with the information, they usually have to work with it in a subtle way, where it's not being directly emphasized. As a result, the information does not always circulate throughout the governmental agencies and bodies. Because that happens, the truth, if you will, is sort of concealed. Therefore, it is important that these types of teachings and ideas are shared. So that way, there can be forces, there can be outlets of information that can reveal these nuanced details should there be challenge in these same ideas being distributed throughout governmental systems. Does this make sense?